dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is
The country's surging coronavirus case numbers have prompted renewed urgency for a new round of federal relief efforts. CBS.
As U.S. coronavirus cases shattered another record Friday, a White House task force document obtained by the Center for Public Integrity suggests states with surging cases should return to more stringent precautions. The document lists 18 states in the so-called red zone for caseloads. It recommends that red zone counties require masks at all times, close bars and gyms, and limit social gatherings to small groups.
In an interview with Fox News, President Trump says he does not oppose
the statement that if everybody wear a mask, everything disappears. Everybody was saying don't. So, with that being said, I'm a believer in masks.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said negotiations will begin next week on the next round of COVID relief legislation. He told lawmakers the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses should be extended to help the hardest hit industries.
I think this time we need to have a revenue test and make sure that money is going to businesses that have significant revenue declines.
The White House and lawmakers are also talking hold federal funding from schools that do not reopen.
The CDC has delayed the release of its additional guidance for reopening schools safely. The agency had said it would be out this week, but CBS News, the White House.
Presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden today released what his campaign called a road number of COVID-19 cases today in Kentucky since the pandemic began. At least 21,605 Kentuckians have now contracted the virus. 8 more of them have died, bringing Kentucky's death toll to 653. The Kentucky River District Health Department also reported 5 employees of Tim Short Chrysler in Hazard tested positive. If you visited the dealership between June 22nd and July 17th, you might have been. County is now up to 126 cases, Knox at 151, Pulaski 164, and Laurel County now has 252 total cases. Of course, not all of those are active. Governor Andy Beshear's COVID-19 orders, including the mask mandate, will stay in effect for now. This afternoon, the Kentucky Supreme Court blocked temporary injunctions issued by courts in Scott and Boone counties that would have blocked certain executive orders issued by the governor. The Supreme Court cited a need for a clear and consistent statewide public health policy. The governor said he was relieved. Attorney General Dan.
Again, we recognize the public health emergency and the public health needs that we have here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We just want to make sure that the orders that are issued out of his office.
Courts, that's what I used to do. But let's make sure along the way, I think the Supreme Court found that balance, and hopefully that means we can move ahead protecting people and anybody who wants to be heard.
When this will be heard by the Supreme Court. This morning, officials from the Black Gold Festival Committee in Hazard announced the annual festival is canceled. Terry Feltner, the chairman of the festival committee, said a month ago they talked with the district health department and amended they cancel due to the spike in COVID-19 cases recently. Feltner says they are sad as they had some special plans in the works for this year's festival and had already paid several deposits.
All the restrictions that we would have been responsible for, we just didn't have the manpower to make sure that those stayed in effect for all 3 days, and we just couldn't live with that. So we just felt like it was
even bigger and better next year. Well, amid all the announcements of festivals being canceled this week, Hazard is still hosting the North Fork Music Festival next Friday and Saturday, July 24th and 25th. The event has been approved by the Kentucky River District Health Department. While the festival is still a go, it will look much different from last year. WYMT's Emily Bennett shows us how.
Music, food, and crafts filled Main Street in Hazard last year for the inaugural North Fork Music Festival.
And over the 2 days, we had a little over 900 people attend, which was amazing for the first festival.
And city officials
in January, we really hit the upswing where we were like, yes, this is the group, this is the lineup, this is what's happening. and then February and March happened.
COVID-19 made the planning committee switch gears.
Entire center area will be available for seating, and we will have the
selling food and drinks. Picnic tables are available to rent, or people can bring their own chairs or blankets, staying 6 feet apart.
We're really excited to kind of be able to reach back out to the community and say, we never stopped, we never left, we've never quit, we want to keep doing things.
Kentucky River people have to stay masked and follow the rules.
There is no risk-free if you go and you're interacting with other people at all.
But says people need an event like this for their mental health.
If they do it in a safe manner, they can minimize their risk of exposure, get out and enjoy something, and do something that's positive for their mental health. But again, don't let your guard down.
In Hazard, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
The entrance fee is $5. Music Friday night and Brother Smith on Saturday. We have the full lineup on our website, WYMT.com.
Well, conditions are really starting to calm down as we head into those overnight hours tonight. If you look behind me at our downtown Whitesburg camera, you can see those too many showers anymore. However, we did see quite a few pass by earlier this afternoon and evening, left some roads a little bit on the damp side as we head overnight tonight. Temperatures starting to cool down as well. We do have just a few of us still in those 80s. You can see Jacksboro there down has pretty much cooled down into those 70s, anywhere from those upper to just a little bit more as we head overnight tonight. We're going to be getting to around 70 degrees up tomorrow morning to start off your weekend. We're also probably going to start to see just a little day as well. Steve?
Brooke, thank you very much. 10 years ago today, on July 17th, 2010, the people of Pike County encountered a flood that created months of rebuilding and years of recovery. WYMT's Buddy Forbes tells us how that flood has receded.
It has been 10 years.
I mean, it was incredible, the devastation that was there from the water. It's probably, well, I would say today.
Remember it like it was yesterday.
Harless Creek is about 3 miles to get to it.
Floods poured through Pike County July 17, 2010, covering the Raccoon and Harless Creek areas with water.
I like it. There were homes that ceased to exist, and the ground they sat on was even washed away.
Homes, vehicles, and memories gone forever.
There's something they'll never forget. I mean, it'll be in their mind the rest of their lives, till the day they die, what they went through.
For many, like Janie Cottle, whose family and business are on Harless Creek, everything was on the line because her mother,
Dad had worked for all their lives, and it was hard for her to accept it.
Even after we lost something they fear they may never get back.
And every time they pray every night that God will keep them safe and that the rain will stay away, and thank God it had.
Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
During that flash flooding, both deaths were linked to the waters that poured through. Crash in Laurel County this evening. It happened off Hopper Creek Road just before 5 o'clock. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. We still do not know his name. Also at the Blue Ridge landfill, a federal grand jury indicted Corey David Hoskins on 5 charges of mail fraud. Those are for the checks he faces 22 charges of willfully and recklessly violating safety regulations for the 22 shipments. The indictment requests a judgment of more than $125,000 from Hoskins. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a new revelation that Breonna Taylor was not killed instantly when police shot her in Louisville. The latest on that investigation.
And it looks like it's going to be a pretty hot week ahead. I'll let you know how warm those temperatures will get coming up.